Now, I am requesting to Professor R.K. Day, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Central University of Jharkhand, for theme address of this conference, Anthropogenic Impact on the Environment, Society, and Human Health. Professor R.K. Day, Honorable Vice Chancellor.
Good morning to all of you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm not able to start the video because I'm at a remote place where electricity and bandwidth problems there. Please apologize. I'm immensely apologizing for the same. And anyway, first let me wish everybody a Johar, Namaskar, and very good morning to all of you for organizing this scientific seminar on anthropogenic impact on environment, society, and human health. And I must be thankful to each and everybody, including Professor A.C. Pandey, who is Chief Architecture of this program, and also Dr. C.S. Dwivedi, who is also a Chief Architect of this program, including Dr. Ashwini ji, who is the Honorable President of the ESW. Sir, let me first welcome all of you and give my heartfelt thanks, gratitude to all of you for organizing this particular program in collaboration with the Central University of Jharkhand. And I can see in the number of scholars and scientists, professors who are also as a speaker in this event. And I must welcome Professor Anil Kothari ji, Professor Kunal Kumar ji, and including our so many Professor S.P. Singh ji, Professor Akhilesh ji, Professor Kailash Chandra ji, so many speakers. I can see the list of all the speakers who are eminent speakers. I know. Let me also welcome all of them and to this particular scientific webinar. We are not able to meet physically due to this pandemic situation, and I really feeling a little bit regret for the thing, but I'm sure that in this year or maybe coming year, we can able to organize this program in the Central University of Jharkhand. And this particular program, as I understand that, this is have an immense impact on the scientific community because this is about the anthropogenic impact of the environment, society, and human health. And the environment is important because it requires for the living organism. And a neat and clean, a sustainable environment is the requirement of the present day. And anthropogenic activities, for example, as I can understand that I worked for some time in the chemical industry. Some part of my professional life I spent in the chemical industry, where I worked in the sulfuric acid plant, phosphoric acid plant, diammonium phosphate plant. And there I can see that this, for example, if you see, there's so many human anthropogenic activity like your emission of the particulate materials, emission of the sulfur dioxides, emission of the gaseous materials. They come to the environment, and I can see that those villagers or the city people, they got affected with the things. So whenever one particular incident I used to share with you when I was working with the phosphoric acid plant, sulfuric acid plant, I can see that the raw sulfur which was transported through the conveyor belt, the raw sulfur, they came from the Morocco. And the raw sulfur, when they came through the conveyor belt, they can easily, this dust of the sulfur, very fine particulate dust of the sulfur, they just come to the air, and the people who are working around, they got affected. So I have seen that environmental, particular this laboratory people, they were asked by the management that you find out some solution to contain the dust. And fortunately, you know that the not only this sulfur, you can see that, for example, the in production of the phosphoric acid, okay, the gypsum is a byproduct, of the production of the phosphoric acid. And those gypsum, they got an environmental problem because a huge quantity of the gypsum, they got that is called discarded over the pond, etc. People are finding some solution. The scientific department, the environmental science department of the particular organization are asked to find out some solution to this. So you can see that how much amount of this fly ash, for example, fly ash, it is also a large quantity of fly ash is coming. Hello? A large quantity of the fly ash is coming out from the industrial. And this fly ash, of course, there is a solution is finding out. People are scientific, means people are finding out a solution to make some kind of fly ash brick, etc. They are finding some solution. Similarly, the gypsum, they are finding to use it in a cement industry. Okay, so currently, I am a person from the chemistry background. I am also working in this mitigation of this, find out a solution of the, for example, I am working in the red mud. Okay, the red mud is also a byproduct of the alumina industry. So we are finding out some kind of solution to use the red mud as a catalyst. Also, we are publishing few papers on this red mud because red mud, for example, contains a lot of minerals, valuable minerals. Okay, and these minerals can be utilized as a catalyst. It can be utilized for some other purposes. So you can say the human anthropogenic activity, for example, if I say the industrial sector, mostly industry is required for our growth. The industrials we cannot sustain without use of the industry. But this our human anthropogenic activity sometimes also pollute the environment. So as a scientific people, it is a huge challenge for us to find out a sustainable solution to clean the environment, to keep the environment neat and clean so that the living organism can sustain. This is what I understand that the theme of this particular program, the scholars, the scientists, the professor or the speakers who are in this program, definitely I'm sure that they will discuss in length and breadth regarding the this particular various kind of problems, that is anthropogenic that is called the anthropogenic impact of the environment and the society and the human health. And I'm sure they will definitely, this platform will give us a opportunity to exchange our idea. This platform will give an opportunity to that is called to increase the collaboration between the different organizations. And I'm sure we'll be getting a lot of benefit out of it. Okay. And at the Central University of Jharkhand, I can say that we are a little bit newly bred organization. Of course, we have completed more than 10 years in our lifespan, and we are now also operating in a new campus on the old campus. And we have few departments which are, we have a science department, science and engineering department, including our social science and humanities department. And our science and engineering department, for example, chemistry department, environmental science department, nanotechnology department, water department, energy department, geoinformatics department. We are, majority of us, at some our personal levels, we are working in a collaboration. We are publishing various papers, manuscripts, and scientific things. So I'm sure that this platform will give all of us, not only Central University of Jharkhand, but all other speakers who are joined this program to know about our potential, and we will be get an opportunity to know about your potential, and we will be collaborating in future. And it is required for the time being, for the not only for the time being, for in a long run to find out a real tangible solution for the environment sustainability. So with these few words, once again, I am thankful, expressing my gratitude to all of the participants, all of our honorable speakers and the organizers who made these things to happen. So with these few words, please allow me to close my speech. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor R.K. Dey, Honorable Vice Chancellor from Central University of Jharkhand, Ranchi. I would like to also thankful to Honorable Vice Chancellor